Happening now, the DEC announces $12.9 million in a federal grant opportunity for urban and community forestry. And November camp at Audubon Community Nature Center offers fun outdoor learning for kids. Plus, a local woman is holding out hope for a kidney donor before going on dialysis.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us at Western New York News Now. I'm Lee Kane Jr. Those stories and more are coming up, but first, U.S. Attorney Trini E. Ross announced that David Sekarek Ledesma and Susan M. Walker, residents of Jamestown, New York, have been indicted by a federal grand jury. The indictment alleges their involvement in a narcotics conspiracy maintaining a drug-involved premises and possession with intent to distribute heroin and fentanyl. Ledesma is further charged with distributing controlled substances resulting in serious bodily injury and distributing heroin, fentanyl, and parafluorofentanyl. Assistant U.S. Attorney Joshua A. Violante, who has handled the case, stated that the indictment outlines their activities between May 2020 and May 2023, during which they conspired to sell heroin and fentanyl in the Jamestown, New York area. The duo is also accused of using and operating a residence on Lafayette Street in Jamestown for the production, distribution, and use of heroin. Additionally, Ledesma is alleged to have sold controlled substances to an individual identified as AR, resulting in serious bodily injury. Both Ledesma and Walker were arraigned before U.S. Magistrate Judge Michael J. Romer. Ledesma was detained while Walker was released under specific conditions. Well, in other news, Alan DeCola, a 66-year-old resident of Perry, Ohio, has been handed a 30-month prison sentence by Chief U.S. District Judge Elizabeth A. Wolford after being found guilty of making false statements during the sale of firearms. The announcement was made by U.S. Attorney Trini E. Ross. Assistant U.S. Attorney Joshua A. Violante, who prosecuted the case, revealed that DeCola, a former federal firearms licensee who operated under the business name MGA Arms Incorporated, had engaged in illegal firearms sales in May 2018. On 3 separate occasions during that month, DeCola knowingly sold a total of 21 firearms to 3 straw purchasers. Straw purchasers are individuals who buy firearms on behalf of others, concealing the true recipients of the weapons. Crucially, all 3 straw purchasers falsified information on federal forms mandated by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosive, the ATF. Specifically, they falsely claimed to be the actual buyers of the firearms, concealing the intended recipients. DeCola was well aware of the fraudulent nature of these statements. Well, in other news, Scott Landmesser, 57 of Wellsburg, New York, was charged by criminal complaint with possession of child pornography by an individual with a prior sex offense conviction. The charge carries a mandatory minimum penalty of 10 years in prison and a maximum of 20 years. Assistant U.S. Attorney Megan K. McGuire, who is handling the case, stated that according to the complaint, in June 2023, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, received 2 notifications from Microsoft that files of suspected child pornography were scanned using Bing Image. Subsequent investigation traced the files to Landmesser. On September 14, 2023, the New York State Police executed a search warrant at Landmesser's Suffern Hill Road residence, seizing multiple electronic devices including a desktop computer, a laptop computer, and a thumb drive. A cursory on-site review of the desktop and laptop computers identified multiple images of suspected child pornography. A forensic review of the thumb drive recovered 1 video and approximately 200 images of child pornography. The laptop and desktop computers each contained hundreds of files of suspected child pornography. In 1988, Landmesser was convicted of sexual abuse in the first degree against a victim less than 11 years old for engaging in sexual contact with a 3-year-old child. In 1998, he was convicted of sodomy, intercourse by forcible compulsion, for kidnapping and repeatedly raping an ex-girlfriend. Landmesser made an initial appearance before U.S. Magistrate Judge Marion W. Payson and was detained. Well, in other news, on the morning of October 30th, 2023, at 10:09 a.m., officers from the Jamestown Police Department swiftly responded to a reported vehicle complaint on the east side of the city. Upon arrival at the scene, law enforcement found 25-year-old Dale R. Linkus, a resident of Jamestown, New York, sound asleep inside the running vehicle in question. Further investigation revealed that Linkus had an active arrest warrant issued by the city of Jamestown. Authorities soon discovered that Linkus had a revoked driving license and was mandated to have an ignition interlock system installed in his vehicle. Unfortunately, the car he was found in did not have this required system. Consequently, Linkus was taken into custody without any resistance and transported to the Jamestown City Jail. Upon arrival at the city jail, a search of Linkus revealed a significant quantity of fentanyl and methamphetamines in his possession, as well as a small amount of cocaine found inside the vehicle during the arrest procedure. These additional findings led to Linkus being charged with multiple offenses, including criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 3rd degree, 2 counts of criminal possession of a controlled substance in the 7th degree, aggravated unlicensed operation in the 3rd degree, and operation of a motor vehicle without an ignition interlock system. As of the latest update, Dale R. Linkus is currently being held pending arraignment at the Jamestown City Court. As WNY News Now continues, the DEC announces $12.9 million in a federal grant opportunity for urban and community forestry. And later, November camp at Audubon Community Nature Center offers fun outdoor learning for kids. Stay with us as WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
New York State Department of Environmental Conservation, DEC, Commissioner Basil Segos announced today that applications are now being accepted for a substantial $12.9 million grant opportunity dedicated to urban and community forestry projects. This funding opportunity is made possible by the Inflation Reduction Act and stems from a grant provided by the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Forest Services Urban and Community Forestry Program. The primary goal of this program is to increase accessibility to healthy trees and green spaces within urban and community forests, thereby contributing to the development of a clean energy economy, promoting environmental justice, and fostering economic opportunities. Commissioner Segos expresses gratitude for the significant investment, saying, "The DEC is grateful to President Biden and Secretary of Agriculture Vilsack for the substantial investment in New York's urban forestry program and to be able to offer this historic funding opportunity to improve the health of trees and green spaces in disadvantaged communities, increase urban tree cover, and support New York's aggressive climate requirements." Eligible entities are now encouraged to take advantage of this funding to enhance the environmental, economic, and public health benefits of their community forests. The $12.9 million is divided into two categories: the Community Forest Management Plan implementation with $10 million available, and ash tree management with $2.9 million in funding available. Notably, no financial match is required, and applicants can request up to $500,000 per application. All proposed projects must be executed in disadvantaged communities as identified by specific federal and state tools outlined in the Request for Applications, RFA. The application deadline is set for January 31st, 2024. The DEC's Urban and Community Forestry Program is offering valuable insights through a virtual information session on November 15th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. During this session, participants will receive details on eligible applicants, project criteria, application requirements, scoring procedures, and other essential information to assist in planning their projects. Interested parties can register for the webinar on DEC's website. For comprehensive information regarding DEC's Urban and Community Forestry Program and the application process for the Inflation Reduction Act Urban and Community Forestry Grants, please visit the DEC's official website. This initiative presents a unique opportunity for enhancing green spaces, strengthening communities, and contributing to New York's environmental and economic objectives. Well, in other news, as the school holiday approaches, Audubon Community Nature Center invites children between the ages of 4 and 9 to partake in their November camp, a day dedicated to combining education and outdoor adventure. Taking place on November 10th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., this event promises a memorable experience for young participants. The camp's central theme is to encourage learning through outdoor play. Children will have the chance to explore the natural world, run, climb, and engage their senses, all while immersing themselves in the late autumn atmosphere. This includes enjoying the crisp, invigorating weather, the satisfying crunch of fallen leaves, and observing animals as they prepare for winter by gathering and storing food. Moreover, participants will discover how plants adapt to survive the impending cold by entering a state of dormancy. One distinctive aspect of this camp is the emphasis on outdoor activities. Children will spend as much time as possible outside, making it essential for them to be dressed appropriately for the anticipated weather conditions. Parents should ensure their children bring water, snacks, and a non-refrigerated lunch. Additionally, it's advisable to pack extra clothing and essentials that might become wet during the activities. While the camp typically caters to a specific age group, this November camp has a different range of participants due to staffing limitations. The cost for the day is $48 for children aged 4 through 9, with Nature Center members receiving a discounted rate of $36. Families with multiple children can enjoy a $5 discount for each additional sibling. Given the limited enrollment capacity, reservations are mandatory and must be secured by Wednesday, November 8th. For more information or to register, interested parents can call 716-569-2345 during business hours or visit audubon.cnc.org and navigate to the Programs and Events section. Well, in other news, the Jamestown High School Parent-Teacher Organization will host a donation drive-thru for the JHS Closet on Tuesday, November 7th from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at the high school located on 350 East 2nd Street. Items the organization is seeking are shampoo, conditioner, body wash, bar soap, deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste, floss, mouthwash, feminine products, new socks, new underwear, leggings, sweatpants, and joggers that are in new, gently used, or good condition, school supplies such as pens, pencils, notebooks, and backpacks, and non-perishable food items such as granola bars, Pop-Tarts, SpaghettiOs, snack-sized chips, and bottled water. Monetary donations can be made as well, and checks should be made out to the Got You Fund, which helps support educational opportunities for students in financial needs such as advanced placement exam costs, field trips, and educational camps. The drive will take place in front of the pool doors at JHS, and those interested are asked to enter the parking lot at the 2nd Street entrance and exit on Foot Avenue. Well, coming up next, America's Got Talent finalists Illuminate are set to perform at the Reginald Denny Center for the Arts this Friday. But first, we return with a look at our full weather forecast.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Right here, baby. Look. Uma.
Something more than a birthday is happening here. Once you can see it, you can help. The sooner you recognize the signs of autism, the sooner you can make a lifetime of difference for your child. Start by answering a few simple questions at screenforautism.org.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now. We continue with Winter Weather Awareness Week. Today we are talking about snow squalls. Snow squalls often develop rather quickly and rapidly along a strong moving cold front. So you could be out driving and it could be dry and partly sunny at one moment, and then the next minute you're dealing with heavy snow, gusty winds, and whiteout conditions. And sometimes it does come on rather rapidly and there's no warning at all, but the National Weather Service will try to get out a snow squall warning before it happens. And it also involves rapidly falling temperatures, so it's the best to try to avoid travel when a snow squall warning is issued. But sometimes you're just out driving and get stuck in one of these, and that can lead to pile-ups on the highway, and they can be deadly sometimes. It's best to try not to slam on the brakes, because then people behind you are slamming on the brakes, and that's what leads to those pile-ups. It's best to try to slow down, put your headlights on, and wait it out, and try to avoid, as I said, slamming on the brakes because it can lead to deadly pile-ups, and it has happened in the past. Almanac for today made it to a high of 44 degrees yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Our low was 35, and the records for today is 78, set back in 1950. The record low of 16, set back in 1985. Futures scan through the overnight hours and into the day tomorrow. Weak disturbance will pass by the region tonight, bringing some rain and snow showers to the region. More so snow showers across inland locations where it's cooler. As that system passes out of the region tomorrow, cooler air will set up for some more lake effect rain and snow showers throughout the day tomorrow. But then high pressure and drier air will begin to build in by the end of the week, and that should put an end to any limited lake effect rain and snow showers through the early half of Thursday, with partly sunny skies through the rest of the day. In terms of snowfall accumulations over the next 24 to 48 hours, we're looking at about a ½ an inch to an inch across the southern tier and northern Pennsylvania. Higher amounts will be found across the higher elevations, and Chautauqua Ridge with possibly 2 to 4 inches of snow accumulation possible over the next 48 hours. But the ground is still warm, so most of this will melt on contact. The trick-or-treat forecast for this evening generally will be mainly dry with mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a couple isolated rain or snow showers possible. Those chances for rain and snow showers will increase through the overnight period. But if you're sending your kids out trick-or-treating, make sure you put a jacket on them because it will be chilly, with temperatures starting around 40 at 5 p.m. and then we're dropping through the 30s through the rest of the evening. The rest of that 7-day outlook from Ultimate Solutions, so we should be mainly dry Thursday and Friday. Temperatures still in the lower 40s for Thursday, mid to upper 40s for Friday. Most of the weekend right now is looking mainly dry, although rather cloudy. And then we'll watch for that another system by Sunday and into early next week, which will bring more rain showers to the region, possibly mixed showers by the middle of next week as the temperatures get cooler.
Andrew, thank you. Well, Jamestown, New York is about to witness a spectacle like no other as Illuminate, the brainchild of entrepreneur Maral Kotub, takes center stage at the Regeline Center for the Arts this Friday. Renowned for their dynamic routines and illusions performed in electrified, glow-in-the-dark suits, Illuminate has redefined the boundaries of dance and technology. Having captured the nation's imagination as finalists on America's Got Talent during the 6th season, Illuminate is no stranger to the spotlight. The troupe has also graced the stages of Dancing with the Stars, The X Factor, Good Morning America, The Wendy Williams Show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, and numerous award shows including the American Music Awards, MTV's Video Music Awards, BET Awards, the Nickelodeon Awards, Billboard, and Latin Billboard Awards. For those eager to witness this one-of-a-kind performance, there's a limited opportunity to secure tickets. They can be purchased at the Regeline Center for the Arts box office, open on Mondays and Fridays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m., and Wednesdays from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Alternatively, tickets are available for purchase online at regeline.com. Illuminate's performance at the Regeline Center for the Arts promises to reawaken the audience's senses and ignite their imagination, making it a must-see event for dance and technology enthusiasts alike. Located at 116 East 3rd Street in Jamestown, New York, the show is an opportunity to be a part of a night that will leave you spellbound. Don't miss out on this electrifying experience. Well, coming up next, a local woman is holding out hope to find a kidney donor before going on dialysis.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
If you want to speak truth to the masses, make it funny for the classes.
Hi everyone, Al Roker here. As a guy with his own catchphrase, I appreciate that Smokey's only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
But I'm filling in because there's a lot more to report. Like when there are parched or windy conditions out there, you gotta be extra careful with things like burning yard waste. After all, wildfires can start anywhere, even in your neck of the woods. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Deborah Reedy is a local woman who has suffered from kidney disease for the last 10 years. She has been managing the disease, but it has intensified as time goes on. And WNY News Now sat down for an interview with her, surrounded by some of her loving family. She's currently at 14% and will need to go on dialysis if she reaches 10% without a kidney transplant, something she is hoping to avoid due to the toll it can take on an individual.
Well, I've had kidney disease for 10 years. I've been managing it since I've gotten a little older. It's gotten worse. Now I'm at 14%, so I really need a donor. I'm trying to avoid any dialysis, so a live donor is the best way to go.
She then explained the reasoning behind her desire for a live donor rather than a kidney transplant from a recently deceased organ donor.
And so can you tell us a little bit about why you prefer a live donor versus an organ donor?
A live donor will last up to 20 years. If I have a donor from a deceased person, sometimes those kidneys are on ice for a little while, so they have to, when they put them in, they have to wake them up, and you still have to go on dialysis. And they're not always real, you don't know what you're really going to get, like if you had a live donor. But they only last like 5 years. But a live donor, I can live till I'm 90.
Kidneys received from deceased donors are often put on ice for a time before the transplant, which requires them to be woken up. Additionally, she would still need to be put on dialysis following a transplant with a deceased donor's kidney. Live donor kidneys also last longer than deceased donor kidneys, with live donations being able to last up to 20 years. Due to her blood type being O positive, she is only able to receive a kidney from a donor who is either O positive or O negative, which has made the process of finding a donor even harder.
O positive can only go with a certain amount of
Only O.
Only O.
Yeah. O can give to anybody, but they can only receive from another O.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so O positive is a bit of an exclusionary blood type, so
Right.
you've been having some difficulties finding
Right.
live
I have
donor.
a couple brothers that called, and I have a lot of friends that are willing to get tested. So hopefully some way down the line I get something.
I've even had a few strangers reach out to me saying they've called and are going through the motions as well to see if they could possibly be a match too.
I have a good support system. I have a great husband, great kids, my son, my daughters.
One of my employees is actually going to be tested.
That's fantastic. Yeah, but it does look like you have a large and beautiful family that
This
you
is
can
the new
rely
part,
on.
though. This is nothing. I got 19 grandkids.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If you're interested in helping a loving mother, wife, grandmother, and neighbor in securing a brighter and healthier future, please look into your compatibility. And even if you aren't able to donate to her, there are still organ donation chains where you can donate to someone else who hasn't been able to secure a donor, and then someone close to them who is willing but unable to donate to them will donate to help out another individual.
So if anybody wants to call or, say, not even just for me, for someone else. If you don't match with me, you might match with someone else.
You only have one kidney.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a kidney trade program, so even if you don't match her blood type, you could match somebody else's who needs one, and there's like a swap pretty much is what happens.
For more details, you can reach out to Deborah's daughter Randa at 716-499-4831. You can also get screened and call Deanne, who's with ECMC, at 716-898-4931. Well, that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. You can download it today for free in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. We're also on Channel 716 on Roku and at channel716.com. Thank you for watching.